Sounds like things are going to shake up for the 49ers defense once Malik Mustapha is active and cleared to play. Who's going to be starting at the safety position? Mike and I going to break it down right here on the BAM Show. Smash that like button. Mike, are you ready?
You bam right.
What's going on, faithful to the Bay? It's your boy Mike and Breezy, or Breezy and Mike. Get the shit. I'm talking Mike, man. It's the BAM Show, our weekly show we do every Wednesday around this time between 4 to 6 p.m. Just because it's going to be a range moving forward. It's just how it is. Mike, what's good, man? 49ers 4-1. Headed into Tampa Bay. I can't wait to get your quick thoughts and theories on this upcoming game. But before we do, just wanted to check in with you while I shout out the Breezy Bunch crew and show them some love.
Yeah, man. So shout out to the Breezy Bunch crew. They always holding us down, man. What a phenomenal supporting audience out there, man. I absolutely love the Breezy Bunch. They are excellent, man. But I'm doing well, man. It's Wednesday night. Bowling night, y'all know how I get down over here, man, and we'll be back on later on. Yeah, man.
Wait. I got a question. Like, is there a specific call when you get a strike? Like, is there a saying, like a celebration or movement or what? Like, is there, like, when the soccer they score a goal, it'd be like, go! Football,
right.
it'd be like, touchdown! Like, what do you do?
I'm thinking that my team is a little corny, right? Like, bowling a strike, anybody can get one or two, right? Like, in a row.
Okay.
So other teams, like, they get 4 in a row, and they call it the Michael Jackson. They do, like, the little leg kick. And
that's fire.
Walk back to they see. Yeah, like, my team don't have that kind of swag. So I think we got to try to incorporate something for, like, turkeys or something. You know what I mean? Like, we got to do something.
That's fire. So 4 in a row is a turkey?
No, 3 in a row is a turkey. 4, 5, and 6 are called baggers. Like 6 baggers, 7 baggers. Like, it's just,
like,
you know.
Like tea baggers?
They don't change it. Yes.
Okay.
Like, it's the same. Yeah. So, you know, like, that's.
So that's what you got to do.
You want me to dip it low? Like,
you just dip it on the.
You are sick. You are sick.
I'm a little demented, but I'm not sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little demented. We got a question about your bowling, all right? What is Mike's bowling close to? 300?
No. So 300 is a perfect game. The highest I've ever bowled was like a 268 or something like that. 264,
that's close.
268. Yeah.
That's
I've
close.
I've never gotten. You know what's crazy? I've never gotten close to a perfect game. Like, some people will get all the way to, like, the last frame and then mess up. Like, I've never bowled more than 7 strikes in a row, ever.
The pressure of getting a perfect game in bowling. Like, have you ever even watched the professionals do that? That's not a thing, right? Like, that's
it doesn't happen as often as people make it sound. It happens a lot. Let me be clear. It happens a lot because of how many times people bowl, but, like, it's such a low percentage of doing it. Like, the best bowler in the league that I'm in, he's got, I think he said 15 to 20 in his whole lifetime, and he's been bowling for years and years and years and years.
Is he the type of bowler, like, really that has, like, the curve bowling ball? Like, cause that's fire.
Yeah,
like,
we all bowl with, like, a curve. Yeah,
really. So is it in the wrist, or is it part of the ball? Does the ball have to be custom in order for it to curve?
So there's something in the middle of a bowling ball called a core. And the shape of it. Like, if you were to take a bowling ball with a curved core in there,
just feel like
if you roll it straight, the ball will naturally start to curve to the right. Or if you're left-handed, if it's drilled that way, it'll bowl to the left.
Really?
So, yeah. So the ball curves, and then your wrist and your action, your arm, all of that makes a difference. Some people have a short, and then some people have a long follow through, and it's also in your wrist. All of that makes a difference. Your stance, whether you're doing a long approach or a short approach, all of that makes a difference.
Jax has a question, Mike. What is your favorite ball? Is that a thing? Or is that like a brand, or is it?
No, so I do have a favorite brand, but only because they're unique. Like, there's a brand called Storm, and they have a patent on their bowling balls where they flavor, like, there's a scent. Like, after you get your balls drilled, you can smell, like, I have one, and it's called
Hold up,
this-
hold up, hold up, hold up. After you get your balls, all right, we're gonna flip this topic real because I mean I could go so many different ways. Speaking of balls, congratulations to Eddie Pinero.
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. Mike, I got a take for that asparagus. You ready? Now, I
Yeah,
know
let's
you
hear
ain't
it.
never heard this before. The last time the 49ers had a Special Teams Player of the Week, it was Jake Moody, and then he started missing shit. All right, Mike, so what? I'm going to leave it there. Mike, I'm going to let you pick up where I just left off because you already know what the question is. Is this the demise? Could this acknowledgement? Nah, he said nah. Mike, okay. I want Mike to keep it real. That's what I want Mike to do.
I'm going to tell you why. This guy was brought in because he was a high percentage kicker anyway. Is he going to be perfect all season? Probably not, but he ain't going to miss 5 or 6 field goals. He ain't going to do it. He's already set his career long here. Like, this dude is ready to rock and roll. And he's fired up. Bro, his energy, watching him, like, talk junk and everything, like, he be getting me fired up. I don't know if I'm built to have that kind of special teams player on my roster. Like, you can't be a linebacker and see him getting turned up. He turns and faces the opposing team sideline and be talking junk. Like, this is our house. This is our like, he did that against the Rams, bro. Like, you can't do that.
I'm going to say this, right? I'm just having fun. That's number one. Number two, yeah, Pinero's built different. Like, I think we all see that. Like, and when I say built different, I'm not talking about on the exterior. I'm talking about on the interior. I'm talking about his DNA is different. He come from a different cloth, different creed, different, you name it. Like, it's just, he just built different. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's built with the right stuff. You know what, man? I gotta mention this because, you know, this is why we here and the stuff just downloads in my head the moment we start talking. I don't care how much of a show we got planned, and I know we got to hard out. But Mike, John Feliciano, just to full circle back to T, has been spilling tea ever since he retired from the NFL. And the latest tea that he spilled was that, and this was funny because I know what? Mike and I, if you go back and click on, there's a whole playlist of BAM shows. And you click on the episode where Debo said what he said to the special teams and everybody thrashed and trashed Debo Samuel. Everybody except for 2 people, Mike and Breezy, right? We had a whole show saying this team needed to toughen up. So John Feliciano came out and spoke and said that, there was a certain thing that we said to certain position groups, and it was called tighten up. And what Debo said to, Jake Moody when he missed that field goal was to tighten up. And he was like, some people, are just soft on this team. Like, some people are just soft. And he was talking about that whole special teams unit. And so I just want to get your thought on Feliciano, like, who I'm just growing this fond respect for because he's just spilling all the tea. I don't think he's ever going to play for the 49ers again, but he's just spilling all the tea, like, And so that's interesting because I remember 2 people, Mike and Breezy, saying that the team was soft. And I don't get it because that's what we saw.
What did Feliciano say recently?
He just said that he was saying that what Debo really said was to tighten up. That was what you said to the groups. You would tell the defense to tighten up. You would tell whatever to tighten up. And Debo said to tighten up. And then Tabor Pepper got offended by it. And he said that's because those people are soft.
Okay. Yeah, you have to be able to take critique in the NFL. Right, you got to be able for someone to come and tell you. Like, first of all, you know it already. Like, this is, especially as a kicker, you either miss or you don't. Right, like that's
right.
It. No one criticized Eddie for bouncing it off the upright. Like, you know what I'm saying, and making it. No one.
But they did that with Jake.
But they did it with Jake all the time. Like, Jake was 100% when we saw him.
Nah,
he missed it in week 1.
Mike, I criticized.
And then
I criticized the
no,
dink.
everybody was like, "Oh, it's too." Oh, you but you didn't do what people did to Jake.
No,
People were
because
killing Jake.
no, they tore him apart. They tore him a new
Like
butthole.
literally, he was perfect in preseason, but two of them were in the inside, and they were like, "We got to get a new kicker. We got," and they ended up being right. But it was the fact that I'm like, y'all are mad that he's making them now. Now he's got to make every single one of them right down the middle, or he's not good enough, and that was just weird to me. That was weird energy. But I do agree that if you can't take criticism or you can't hear the criticism of your teammates, then y'all need to toughen up. Like that's NFL. I mean, shit. We just saw the dude over in the Cardinals punch.
Yeah,
He punched his running back twice.
yeah.
And by the way, he lucky that wasn't LeGarrette Blount because
He lucky that wasn't
his ass right back.
He lucky that wasn't Brandon Jacobs. He's lucky that wasn't Marshawn Lynch.
Right?
He lucky.
Like I don't know.
And no, I'll give this to DeMarcado. What a play though, Mike. Right? Because my take would have been, ha ha! You can't fire me, son of a bitch, because you just hit me. And so you go ahead and release me if you want to. Lawsuit, ka-ching, and DeMarcado can retire from the NFL and make money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that would have been the way for me. Hey, bump this, man. You know, I made a mistake. Who the fuck you hit? Now, that, you know who that couldn't have been, Mike? That couldn't have been me neither, bro. You could talk to me a certain way for a second. I'll give you a few seconds of the talking to a certain decibel in a certain way. Few seconds, but if you touch me, it's a different conversation. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be less talking. Not from me.
Absolutely.
It's not going. Yeah. So
100%.
back to congratulations to Panero. Panero. X-Man has a question for you. Says, Mike, I know I'm late, but what was your reaction? Shout out to X-Man too. He be on the Patreon with me. What was your reaction to last week's win after your prediction? Because you had a spot on close to prediction, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I thought the Niners were going to win by 6, but, you know, I'll take a win as a win. And everybody was counting. Well, I'm not going to say everybody, right? Obviously not 100% of the faithful, but most people were counting us out. And I always felt that one was just ours for the taking. So I felt vindicated. I felt like I told y'all. Like that was it. That was the answer. Like, I told y'all.
Well,
I
Mike,
told y'all we got this one.
Can you have my back? Because normally you do. But remember on Nitty Gritty, I kept saying that we're going to win this game because they effed up changing the point spread. Like that did it. Like that was the ultimate sign of disrespect. And I'll be looking for little stuff like that. Like, how you going to disrespect us ultimately, like in our face?
Yeah. And what's crazy is you did your predictions earlier and you took it as a loss, but you said it on that show. You were like, you know what? Now I want to say we're going to win. I'm going to stick with what I said.
And you told me to. You said
change
it. You told me to, and I didn't listen because I wanted to be a man of my word. I had already recorded it. I wanted to stick with it. You can see I'm waiting really extra to like Thursday before I record the next one right there. I'm waiting, man. Listen, roster moves. The 49ers signed defensive lineman Bruce Hector to the practice squad, and they released safety DB Jalen Mahoney from the practice squad, terminated his contract. Once again, he's off the roster. Anything special about these two guys, or what do you take?
I don't know anything about Bruce Hector, and I know if I'm Jalen Mahoney, I'm like, dog, like, come on. Now, this time he's probably not coming back because Malik Mustapha is working his way back, so he probably won't be back this time around. But when we re-sign him, does he get like another $50K bonus every time he signs again?
I'm not sure how it works because once I know the contract reported was terminated, so so that changed everything up for me. But I'm sure he's gonna get guaranteed. There's gonna be some type of dead money to where he's gonna get paid something. So he showed up to practice. He showed up to whatever. He's gonna get paid. He's gonna get a check. Probably like a couple of G's. I'll practice for a couple of G's. You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah. I'll show up and do it,
Yeah, man, I'll carry the water jugs for a couple of G's. All right, Mike, 49ers, speaking of practice, not practicing today, Brock Purdy, Ricky Pearsall, Jawan Jennings, Jordan Watkins, Alfred Collins, Gross Matos, Beal is out, Robert Beal Jr., and Trent Williams, rest day, veteran day, McCaffrey, veteran day, limited, Mac Jones, CJ West, Stout, Kevin Givens. I didn't even get to the last name, which was Davis. Oh my God,
it's
Kalia
a
Davis.
Lot of people. It's a lot of people that were limited or not practicing today. But you know, I no longer look at this as a negative. I'm gonna tell you why. because we have had to tap into so much of the depth. I'm glad that other people are getting starting reps in practice. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that, because when we call their numbers, and it looks like it looks like we're going to have to keep calling numbers of people down on the depth charts. So I want them to be ready and get those practice reps in there. So I'm cool with it. From now on, I'm no longer complaining and getting upset when I see a practice report this long. This is a long list of people not playing in limited.
Do you feel like any of these players now? Kyle Shanahan spoke today and said more than likely, a couple of these Pearsall will be out, right? And you probably won't get Brock Purdy this week either. Gross-Matos probably won't play either. So those are guys that are going to be out. But just off of the list, Juwan Jennings, he did practice yesterday. Do you think he's, going to be good to go? And if so, Mike, how does that change Mac Jones' perception of what he's going to do on this offense? Because it clearly was a Kendrick Bourne day last week.
Yeah, I think it just gives him another reliable set of hands, close to the line of scrimmage. I know you do your pass breakdowns on the Patreon. Kudos to you. There weren't a lot of long passes last week.
None.
I don't know if people realize
what do you mean
that.
Lot? It was 35 yards, and thank you for watching. 35 yards, but that was a 8-yard pass.
Right,
a drag route.
Yeah, so I think that, that's going to give him somebody else closer to the line of scrimmage that allows him to have more confidence, and it's not going to have to be force-feeding Kendrick Bourne. You know what I'm saying? So I like it, man. Hopefully, I do think Juwan Jennings will be back out there as long as he didn't really, really do any damage in practice yesterday. So.
Do you think they force-fed Brandon Ayuk? Do you think they force-fed Kendrick Bourne last week? I know he had the most targets, but you think they force-fed it to him? I thought Mac Jones was just making the right reads.
Yeah, I was going to say, it didn't feel forced at all. It didn't feel forced at all. You got to throw to the open guy. You know what I'm saying? And you got to, we overcomplicate some things sometimes, right? And we look at Kyle's called a different set of plays for Brock Purdy than he is for Mac Jones, and he should. One's a starter and one's not, right? And one guy, when he was out there, had a couple more weapons than the other guy did, so the plays should look different. But when you are out there with Kendrick Bourne as wide receiver 1, Demarcus Robinson is wide receiver 2, and who was the third guy? Was it Sky Moore? No, I'm missing.
No, it was MVS.
Yes, there you go. Right, so who are you really going to have to depend on? Everything needs to be close. You don't want to have anything going on downfield because these guys haven't been running those kind of routes all year long. So you got to do it based off of your personnel, and I think Kyle just did that. He gave us a good game plan, and we were competitive. That's what it takes sometimes.
1,000%. All right, let's get to the nitty-gritty of this episode. All right, what does the return of Malik Mustapha mean for the 49ers? It's a two-part question for you. And then who will be the odd man out? Now, I got a poll question going on the YouTube, so if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys get your vote in for the poll. We'll read the results at the end of the show. But who's going to be that odd man out? I mean, I got statistics here, Mike, if you want to get into it. Jason Pinnock right now and Marquis Siegel are the starting safeties for the San Francisco 49ers. Ji'Ayir Brown doesn't start, but he comes in on special packages. I mean, I guess he kind of got demoted a little bit. And now you're talking about getting another safety back, right? Now, he has not been cleared to play. He hasn't even been activated to the roster yet. We are speaking into the near future of the San Francisco 49ers. His practice window, 21-day practice window, has been open. So he has been activated off of the PUP. The Niners have 3 weeks, 21 days. 7 times 3 is what? He not paying me no attention. 21. So
21.
7
Oh, I said it, but I was on mute. My bad. That was my fault. I thought I was off mute.
So that's 21. So the Niners got some time to get him reacclimated to football shape, speed, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're getting right now from the San Francisco 49ers. But he soon will be back, right? Now, there is a report out there saying that Mustafa, not the Niners. Mustafa says, per Matt B. Lively, 49ers beat writer, Mustafa plans to play this weekend. Mike, where he playing at? PlayStation? Xbox?
Nah, he gonna be on the field for the Niners. And we think so well together. I recorded my Patreon episode on my way home from work today before Kyle Shanahan started his presser, and I said that Mustafa will likely be back. and I asked the people that were viewing, I said, I need you guys to tell me which one of the two guys are going to take a seat now. Is it going to be Pinnock or is it going to be Siegel? And here's why I'm torn, right? Pinnock is the mentally sound guy, right? If you watched him mic'd up, you could see him talking to Siegel, hey, just play your position. Don't do anything outside of, what we're calling. Mm-hmm. Right. But here's the thing. When I watched that whole mic'd up thing, that guy is not a willing tackler at all. Pinnock is not a willing tackler. He shies away from contact. I mean, he only had the one tackle in the game, but every time there was like a pile, he would go out there and kind of just going through the motions. He wasn't really like getting his head and helmet and arms and stuff in there. Like he's just kind of going through the motions.
I tried never mind.
And then with Siegel, it's the exact opposite. He's a willing tackler, but he's a liability in coverage. And he makes some mental errors. So it's like, which one do you prefer? Do you want the mentally sound guy who's not willing to physically get dirty? Or do you want the guy that's going to go out there and be a thumper? And I don't know which one I prefer.
So the question is,
I've been thinking about it.
Do you put two thumpers on the football field at the same time?
I think that you kind of need the veteran presence out there. I think that you need that. So
you're leaving Pinnock.
I think.
Okay, I like it. I like it. 90 Game Podcast, please get Pinnock out of here. He belongs on special teams, not as the starter, which will be his reverted role, right? So, like, I'm not saying that the Niners are going to get rid of anybody. What they'll do is somebody will get demoted and released, some type of one of the veterans that, are low on the depth chart. They'll get released. And I'm not just saying from the start, from the safety position. All right, so that's probably what's going to happen once he's activated. So the Niners got a couple of weeks, or per Malik Mustapha, he playing this weekend. So now what we talking about? Because now you got to activate him to the roster. So who's going to lose a job? And I don't think you get rid of anybody, like even Dion. Put him back on the special teams unit, because that's what's needed. That's why he was brought here. I don't get it. The Niners and free agency addressed depth. They wasn't addressing starting key playing roles. He just happens to be a safety to play that had to start due to the PUP injury. Due to the injury, right? So
correct.
Yeah, I'm with Dion on that one. Jax Knox with a super chat contribution. Thank you, Jax. Wayne and Mike, can you guys see us blowing out the Bucks? Pause, because that had to go in there, right? Who gets the first TD on Sunday? All right, so part A, and then I'll take number 2 to the question.
I don't think we're going to blow them out, no. I think
they're a tough team, right? They're tough.
That defense is going to be ready for the short passes. If we go out there with that same exact kind of game plan, it's going to look bad, especially if Pearsall don't play, and it's looking like that. We don't really have a downfield receiver. You could see not this past game, but the week before that, when they tried to go to Moore down the field, like he's going left and the ball's going right. They just weren't on the same page. We don't really have it now. Maybe Demarcus Robinson get acclimated again. A full week of practice. He was one of the people that was not listed in there as limited or not practicing, right? So maybe he gets his bearings back in there, because he was going crazy in preseason and in training camp. All the practice reports are saying DeMarcus Robinson looks like the man, right? So maybe he can get acclimated in there. So that's I don't see us blowing them out, though, no.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, man. Number 1, we're on the road. Number 2, we haven't really successfully proved that we can run the ball. They have the number 8th run defense in the league as far as stopping the run. And we struggle against teams with good run defenses. So, unless we figure out a different way to methodically run the ball, it's going to be tough to run on this team. I don't think their secondary is as great. So I think you can pass on this secondary. You got to cover Antoine Whitfield. He's been relatively healthy. I believe McCollum is dealing with the hand injury. So you could throw it to him and he won't be able to catch it if he plays. So I think you do test the pass defense here. I think you do get the ball out of your hands quickly, Mike. I think the game plan actually stays the same until they adapt and adjust. And then you might want to change it up. But again, to answer the first part of the question, I'm with you, Mike. No blowout. Part 2 of the question, or B of the question, who gets the first TD on Sunday, Mike? Who do you think is going to get this first touchdown, man? Is it going to be a rushing touchdown, or is it going to be a throwing touchdown, receiving touchdown?
I'm not picking rushing touchdowns until I see one. So,
Mike, that's like me picking against a 5-0 team, like an undefeated team. Until they beat, I'm going to go with the undefeated team. I'm with that 100%. Thank you, Mike.
I'm going to say Mac Jones rushes one in Does that count as a rushing touchdown?
It sure got if he rushes it in, it does.
We don't even have a quarterback that ran one in yet?
We
All right, I
have
take that
zero
back then.
rushing TDs, bro.
All right, so I take it back. I'm going to say that, you know what? Farrell. Not the other guy, not Tungus, who's been the pass-catching, touchdown-catching tight end. I'm going to say Farrell gets one.
Because it usually rotates, right? So they feature the different tight ends. So remember a couple weeks ago, it was Tungus, then it was Farrell. Now it's Tungus last week, so it's Farrell's week, right? I got my week's rotation mixed up, right? Like for life Niner. I don't know why I feel like the Cowboys and Buffalo in the Super Bowl, Mike. Do you get that feeling? Cowboys
Is he
and the
talking
Bills?
about the same Cowboys in the NFL, like the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, I
He's
believe
saying that
it.
based off of them beating the Jets?
Yeah.
Don't they have like 2 wins this year?
Yeah, and a tie. They tie Green Bay.
Cowboys not going to the Super Bowl, bro. Like that's not.
I mean,
happening.
I agree. Like I don't know. Like, but this is his feeling. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's open to their own feelings. I just don't see from the Cowboys anything that resembles that because their defense won't be able to hold up. So now you're asking your offense to every week. You want to talk about pressure? You're asking your offense to come out score 30 plus, and I think we've seen that happen. But what happens when they get to the Super Bowl? When those high power offenses get to the Super Bowl?
It ain't even about the Super Bowl. It's the playoffs. Like now, everybody in the playoffs can can put up points. So they're not going to make it that far. They're not going to make it to the Super Bowl. Buffalo, I'm not mad at that pick. I like the Buffalo pick. The Chiefs are a shell of themselves right now, right? You don't have to worry about the Bengals. The Ravens don't look like themselves.
The Ravens aren't themselves, Mike. Nobody that starts on the Ravens even plays for the Ravens right now. Like everybody,
right?
Yeah.
And so
they traded defensive players, bro. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I think Buffalo was a good pick for the AFC for sure. NFC remains to be seen. Like we don't even know what our team looks like fully healthy. So you know what I'm saying? Like we have no idea what we look like.
But that's why I did a video saying that, based off of what I envision and what I've seen, like the Niners are the most dangerous team in the NFL, bro, because they're finding ways to win close games without starters. That's got to be. If I'm an NFL team, I'm like, wait a minute, man, how is this even possible? And you got to give it to. And I don't want to take away from Mac Jones because he was a starting quarterback in this league, but then he had to revert to being a backup. So he was a backup quarterback as well, right? Like, but he does have starting quarterback experience. But man, like, it's not like he's having these crazy, tremendous 400-yard passing games with 3 touchdowns. Nah, he grinding it out like a backup. Like, you know what I mean? But he's showing grit, and that, to me, I think is what is putting the Niners or giving the Niners this scary feeling, this airy feeling, I guess you can say. Like, when you play San Francisco, like, be ready to beat the F up and grind it out to the very end.
Yeah, and that's what's making this team special and dangerous. Right? We're doing this with a ton of backups at all the skill positions minus the running back position. It's crazy, right? The running backs are the one healthy position group, and we can't even run the damn ball successfully.
The one time the group is healthy, Mike, not to cut you off, but the one time the group, not just CMC, the group is healthy.
The whole group is healthy. We traded for a guy healthy, right? CMC, healthy, right? Like, we are actively deactivating running backs on game day, not because they're injured, but because everybody is here, right? Like, everybody's here. And so the Niners' old formula was good defense, good run game, and pass the ball when needed, right? That ain't the case anymore. Now, all of a sudden, we're passing the ball almost 60% of the time in games right now. Almost 60% is crazy, right?
It is.
Like, it's nuts. That's not what we're used to seeing. And so now everyone says Kyle was struggling to make adjustments. Kyle's making the adjustments.
Yeah,
it might not look the way we wanted to.
Yeah. It just comes down again to the execution of the players. I think you hit that spot on, Mike. You get the breezy bomb for that one, though. Kyle is, and you're watching Kyle make the adjustments, right? I mean, yeah, we got to blow a timeout here and there because somebody effed up, right? Like, but when you got players that aren't used to being out there running the offense, you're going to get those mistakes. You're going to get those mishaps with the clock management and things like that. And you're right. Not only is Kyle making the adjustments, the 49ers are figuring out how to win games like close games, or coming back and scoring at the very end to win a close game like that. That's got to be the greatest side of adjustment we've ever seen. Because guess what? You look at the Kansas City Chiefs and they're losing those same types of games.
Oh yeah, yes they are.
I know you sound like you was like ecstatic about that shit. That was like a good.
I love it.
Oh yeah, the Chiefs hate is for real. Like,
bro,
like
the whole division lost, the Chiefs lost, and the only thing that was missing was the Cowboys.
I knew you were gonna say that.
It was so good. Everything
I knew you were
was
gonna say
good
that.
this football weekend.
I knew you were
Can
gonna
we
say
save our predictions for Friday show, the Face Off Friday show? Can we save our predictions?
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, we got some time. Yeah, but I do want to say this. My thoughts on Malik Mustapha. I think when he returns and he's ready to play, he starts. And I think you keep the rookie out of there. I don't want to take the rookie out. I don't want, because you said something. You said he was a liability in coverage. I disagree with being a liability. And the reason why I disagree is because that kid he's in on every single play. Now, there's a technique he just does not have yet. And I'm not sure what that is. I'm not a DB. I don't play DB. Maybe you can call Eric Crocker, get the technique. But there's a special technique. One thing, he's not turning his head around. And then the second thing, I think he's getting controlled by the eyes of the quarterback. Like, he has to flip that. That's going to take time. But the fact that he's in on every play gives me hope that this kid is going to be something special.
No, he already is something special. Like that 4th and 1 that they went for the Rams. Like he was the guy that came in and pushed everybody backwards.
Chase Lucas made the initiation. Yeah, man.
Right. Like it was him.
That's
that
the
came
pop.
back and knocked the pile back, right? So when I say he's a liability, I'm talking about the downfield stuff. Everything that's in front of him, he's a missile.
But he's not getting blown out. That's what I'm saying. So like liability and coverage,
but,
yes,
the
but
touchdowns, like. It's
He's
the
still
end zone, the back of the end zone, then it's him, and then it's the receiver, and they're completing those passes on him.
They're complete, but he's not. But he's there. It's technique. It's understanding the spacing in the end zone, right? And it's understanding that play the out of bounds line. He has to learn the spacing. It's ankles. It's that to me. That's what it is. I don't know if that makes him a liability, even though I understand what you mean. He's giving up touchdowns. So is D. Winters. Fred Warner, we just saw a weird defense. I didn't think the coverage defense was great. I thought the coverage defense was trash. They gave up 3 touchdowns last week.
Especially in the second half.
Oh, my gosh. They were terrible. And I'll leave it at that. Now, I'm not saying that they won't get better, but they could use Malik Mustapha back, not necessarily so much in coverage. But what this cat is going to bring to you in the run game can probably allow Siegel to learn, all right, he's got the run covered. Cool, no problem. I could just focus on pass. I could play deep safety. I can play cover one. I understand now. And that, when the game is a little bit more simplified and he has 1 role instead of 3 roles or 4 roles, I think he makes plays on those plays that he was getting beat on. You know what I mean? He's getting an upgrade at the safety. That's his counterpart. He's not the communicator. We're not asking him to be. That's a whole nother role. You don't need to do that, sir. But I think if it was better communication out there, I bet you he'll make plays on those balls.
If it was a better defensive line out there.
Okay, that's a whole other conversation. We're not going to do that. Yep, and I know. And Mike's got to get out of here real quickly. I did see a couple of questions out there. Does Kittle come back next week? Next week will be Atlanta. Kyle Shanahan said he's hoping to have Kittle return to the Falcons game. And then Bobo's question really quick. Do you guys think when the starters come back, the rhythm that they have is going to be a little off? So I guess he's talking from the defensive side. What do you think really quickly, Mike, and then you can close
on
out?
On all sides, they're going to have to get acclimated again. The first game, especially the first half of the game that they all come back, I'm talking about Ayuk, I'm talking about Kittle, I'm talking about defensive linemen, like all that stuff. They're all going to have to get acclimated again. But give them a half, give them a game or two. Like you'll see it. They'll find ways though. They'll continue to rotate them in. That's the one thing when these starters come back, don't put them out there for 80% of those snaps. That's the key thing, right? 40%.
Yeah,
like
like
the sweet spot.
Sprinkle them in. Know what I mean? Get them acclimated. You still got the depth in Jason Pinnock. You know what I mean? I'm with you 1,000%. Mike, great show, man. Appreciate you. We'll look to be back Friday, I believe. And let's go ahead and close this out, man. Welcome to the BAM Show. Thanks for tuning in. Mike, you got it, baby.
Yeah, make sure you guys join, become members of the channel over there, Peachy. Thanks for posting that link in there as well. Join the
Thank you, Peachy.
Become a member. And that's all we got, man. We live all the time, kicking it with the fam, bro. That's Breezy. I'm Mike, and this is The BAM Show.
What's up, faithful? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And make sure you check out some of the other cool videos.